Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive, honestly kind of baffling mystery. Americans are working harder than ever, yet millions feel poorer every single year. I mean, how does that even make sense? We're going to uncover the huge disconnect between the overwhelmingly positive economic headlines we see on the news and the daily draining financial anxiety that millions of people are actually feeling right now. Okay, let's dive into this. We're living in this massive contradiction right now. Officially, the stock market is up. Big tech companies are raking in absolutely staggering billions, and unemployment numbers look, well, completely stable. Politicians are constantly reminding us that the economy is fundamentally strong, but the crushing reality for everyday people tells a totally different story. It's the reality of struggling just to afford basic groceries and feeling fundamentally poor month after month. And that brings us to a really core question. Why does normal life feel so difficult? I want you to really think about that for a second. Why are basic groceries stressful? Why does buying a house feel literally impossible? And why does it feel like no matter how hard people work, they just can't seem to get ahead? You see, the old promise was that hard work guaranteed forward momentum. Today, that promise feels completely stalled out. To understand why this is happening, let's look at Section 1, the Vibecession. Because right beneath the surface of all these booming economic indicators, America isn't really having an economic collapse. It's having an emotional one. Economists are actually calling this the Vibecession, or sometimes a vibe depression. It happens when the official economy reports stability, but emotionally, people just feel terrible and financially insecure. Consumer sentiment in America recently dropped to near historic lows, even while unemployment stayed perfectly stable. That profound psychological disconnect is really the anchor for everything we're exploring today. Here's the thing. Average Americans don't experience the economy by looking at a chart on the nightly news. We experience it at the grocery store, at the gas station. We can constantly tell people inflation is technically slowing down, but if a single carton of eggs still feels like a luxury purchase and rent is eating half your entire paycheck, life fundamentally feels broken. Which brings us to Section 2, the disappearing upward ladder. We're seeing this massive structural shift, where a person's wages simply no longer feel connected to their baseline survival. The old formula was so simple and reliable, right? Work hard, build stability, slowly move upward. But the 2026 reality is a vastly different landscape. It's exploding housing costs, painfully high mortgage rates, and draining expenses. That upward ladder, for many, it feels like someone simply pulled it away, leaving millions of employed Americans completely trapped in this web of financial anxiety. And this leads directly to a state of constant psychological pressure. I want to slow down for a second here because the gravity of this is just profound. People aren't just financially tired, they are psychologically exhausted. They feel like they can never, ever relax. I mean, it just takes one medical bill, one layoff, one emergency, one unexpected rent increase, and suddenly everything falls apart. That constant, unrelenting pressure fundamentally changes a person. It breeds anxiety, fosters hopelessness, and results in permanent emotional exhaustion. But wait, the pressure doesn't stop there. Let's shift gears to Section 3, the AI paranoia. On top of everything else, there's a brand new layer of pressure being heaped onto the modern worker, and that's the looming, very real fear of artificial intelligence and these weekly tech layoffs. We aren't just talking about factory automation anymore. We're talking about office workers, designers, writers, programmers, analysts, entry-level employees. The fear of AI is no longer a fun sci-fi debate. It's a very real threat to these specific jobs. Every single week, Americans hear another CEO talking about AI efficiency to justify job cuts, making the threat constantly hover right over their desks. This has created what economists call a low-hire, low-fire market. Companies aren't firing absolutely everyone, sure, but they certainly aren't hiring aggressively either. Think about the dangerous psychological atmosphere that creates. People feel entirely stuck. They feel way too insecure to quit and find something better, but they completely lack the optimism required to grow where they actually are. And as if all that wasn't enough to handle, we have a cultural amplifier making it all feel 10 times heavier. Section 4, the social media illusion. The internet has drastically distorted how we perceive success and experience money. Every time you open your phone, bam, you're bombarded by 19-year-old influencers buying luxury cars, people retiring at 25, and AI startups exploding overnight. America looks incredibly wealthy online, but compare that internet reality to the ground reality of normal people just struggling to afford groceries. This juxtaposition mentally destroys people. It creates a dynamic where even if someone is actually doing okay, they still feel hopelessly behind. The internet has basically made personal failure feel incredibly public. Now let's pull all of these threads together into our final point, Section 5, the real crisis, uncertainty. If we pivot away from just talking about inflation or housing or AI, and we guide ourselves to the very bottom of the funnel, we find the deepest root cause of this entire emotional collapse. The real problem is uncertainty. Historically, Americans have always been able to survive hard times. We're resilient, but long-term uncertainty does something else entirely. It fundamentally alters human psychology. It breaks down the way we function. It creates this vicious psychological chain reaction. When people can't plan long-term, what happens? They delay having families and buying homes. They delay taking risks, basically delaying their own lives. Ultimately, survival mode becomes a permanent state of being. You don't just feel financially poor, you feel emotionally unstable. And when society loses that stability, fear just spreads everywhere like wildfire. It perfectly captures what our source material points out. Modern life increasingly feels like a nonstop fight just to remain stable. That is such a heavy, resonant truth. This widespread exhaustion we're seeing, it is not laziness. It is not personal failure. It's a total collapse of trust in the future. Despite what the official headlines say, millions of people feel deep in their bones that something is structurally wrong. Which leaves us with a final, really provocative question. What does it take to just feel okay again? Because at the end of the day, people aren't asking for unbelievable luxury. They aren't asking to be internet millionaires. They are just asking for security. And until people feel that security again, no chart, no stock market rally, and no political speech will ever convince them that life is actually getting better. Think about your own definition of stability and what it really means to just feel okay. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.